A half circle is joined to an equilateral triangle with side length of 12 units. What is the perimeter of the resulting shape? Use 3.14 for pi. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. Do not include units in your answer. So I'm going to really focus on this idea of perimeter. That means distance around the shape. So when I look at this shape for the ice cream cone, I notice that it has one long side here, another long side here, and then this half circle. So if I were going for a walk around this shape, that's what I would need to walk along. I can start to label some parts of this. It says the side lengths of the triangle are 12 units. So this one is 12 units, and this one is 12 units also. So now I have some information about the problem, and that's good. I do need to think about this going around the top of what looks like an ice cream cone to me. And I'm realizing that basically I have half of a circle, half of the circumference, right? And so the question is, if I had the whole circle, what would that line be? And I'm realizing from how I've drawn it, that line is the diameter. So if I had the whole circle, that would be the diameter. And I can start now to label some things. This is the diameter. And I also know that because this is an equilateral triangle, that is 12, this length is 12, and actually this length here is also 12. And so that gives me information that I can use here to say that the diameter is 12 units. Now I have the information I need to actually calculate that distance around the half the circle. So what I need is half of the circumference. I like to actually write that like half circumference because that way I remember to put the half while I'm calculating. I will use the formula pi times d because we just determined that I have the diameter, so that's a more efficient one to use. So I'll multiply 1/2. I have information in the problem to use 3.14 for pi. So I'll substitute pi with 3.14. And of course we have the diameter, we found it here. And so I know that that's 12. At this point in time, I need to multiply. And so I'll multiply 1/2 times 3.14 times 12, and that gives me 18.84. So 18.84 is the distance around the half circle. It is not the perimeter. So the perimeter means I need to go around the whole distance. So that's the 12 here, plus 12 more units here, plus what I now know is 18.84 units around the top of the ice cream cone. So I can add that 12 plus 18.84, and that gives me a total of 42.84. I have instructions around rounding. It says to round your answers to the nearest tenth. So I'll go to tenths, look to the next digit. It's a 4. I round it down, and so that means my answer will be 42.8 units for the perimeter. If you chose the wrong answer of 36, then what I think you did is you treated this as just a triangle with 12, 12, and 12 as the units for each side, and you multiplied 3 times 12 equals 36, or 12 plus 12 plus 12 equals 36 units. So you did know that you needed to use 2 of the side lengths, but you added the third side length, which you weren't supposed to, and you also didn't put on that half of the circumference. So those are the 2 errors that I think happened if you had 36 for your answer.